Recording.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Breakdown, a brand new Lego podcast. I'm Falcon Fan 1414.
And I'm Childish Landino Chronicles.
I'm very excited for you guys to hear this podcast. We've been talking about doing something like this for a long time, and I don't know, just something happened recently where we're just like, man, I think people would enjoy, what we have to say. So we sat down and we planned this out. We have a lot of fun episodes coming up, and I'm really looking forward to you guys hearing all what we have to say.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be really, really fun. I think we have some really cool ideas coming up of topics to discuss. But that being said, I think it's going to be more of a laid back podcast. And I think a lot of y'all are going to enjoy listening to that.
Yeah, I think one of the things is like, we're not trying to, be the Lego drama podcast, something where it's like, we're throwing our arms up in the air and people are trying to cancel us for certain things we say on here. I
No,
think it's just
definitely
going to
not.
be a fun, laid back two guys who really enjoy talking about Lego, talking about Lego.
I agree. How are you, Falcon, though? Like, how are things going over there?
Things are going well over here. Um, yeah, things are going overall pretty well for me. How about you?
Not so bad. Have you gotten any of the March release sets yet early or no?
I mean, no, not yet. Mainly because the March stuff I want is I want like the video, like
Right.
however you pronounce that. Like I like some of the minifigures there, and I like some of the Ninjago Island sets. And I do like the Spider-Man spider lair, but like that's especially like I like two figures from that set and the build is decent, so it's not high on my priority list.
And it's
Um
$70,
yeah.
right? I
Yeah,
saw that you
that's
guys, I saw that you went to Target and they were all street dated. So
that hurt. That hurt because they put them all out, and it was a point where I made it. It's like I have to be okay with basically buying everything
yep,
then,
yep.
and I was like, okay, all right, and then every little thing got street dated, and I didn't because regular cashiering and um the self checkout are like the same thing. Like some Targets they're well I think it's Walmart they're different, but at Target they're like the same.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that, and unfortunately, the cashier lady was surprised to see all the sets get denied. But I'll go at some point in the future and pick some stuff up. How about you? Yeah, were you able to get the Star Wars sets yet?
Yeah, no, Meyer in my neck of the woods had all three of the new March releases. I pounced on the shuttle because none of those figures, there are two new figures in there, but neither of them were like new figures that I needed. The 4 Plus Resistance X-Wing is just kind of lame. And but I really wanted the Tauntaun microfighters, so I was able to get those. Meyer doesn't street date, so yikes for the Lego group, but it was great because I don't know, I got that really cute set. It's
Neither does
genuinely, I think it's probably one of my favorite sets that came out for the first half of the year so far for Star Wars.
neither does Barnes and Noble. Weirdly,
And
Barnes and
Kohl's.
Noble ankles. It just
Yeah.
seems like I don't even think Walmart does.
No, I don't think they do. I think I don't think they give Walmart sets early though. Because I remember it took them forever to get the January stuff in, like the Trouble on
Well, I
Tatooine.
think that's more or less like Walmart doesn't like stock their toy section very well. Like Target, like I don't know when I guess Target has a better like way of stocking it, but I think what they do with the street dates is like okay, like video or I'm gonna pronounce that several different ways, but like that I understand getting street dated.
Oh, definitely.
It's a new theme, like Lego's trying to, control that and all that sort of jazz. But um like Ninjago, I don't understand that getting street dated.
Right. It's an in-house theme. Like, why is that getting street dated?
I remember like and the different here's one of the funny things. Target you can't necessarily override street dates apparently.
Mhm.
Like unless uh, like some managers can, some managers can't. But I remember at Toys R Us, they used to have a policy like at least at the one I went to, like if it was out on the floor, you could buy it. Like
Right.
they would not it would still come up as street dated, but they could easily override it.
My Toys R Us, my local Toys R Us was like super hit or miss with that. If you had the right cashier, they would override it, but sometimes you'd be like, "Oh no, we can't do this." You had to go on a really busy day though, so if there was like a set that was street dated, I would go hide it in a different section of Toys R Us and then come back on like Saturday around lunchtime where it would be packed and they wouldn't want to deal with it, so they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, just take this, 2012 Star Wars set," which was pretty funny.
I remember it was the around the time like the Ninjago movie and Thor Ragnarok sets came around.
Yeah,
I got I ended up getting like the whole entire wave for both of them, like kind of early, just because of the fact that they were out on Target's floor. And the manager was like, it's not that he didn't care. It was just like he knew like I think he was probably a Lego fan himself, but he was just like, these sets were out, they shouldn't be out, but we're not gonna screw this one guy over because of our mistake.
right.
And I think that's a policy Target should have, but I don't know if they will.
No, I don't think they will, especially with so many of these things being like massive copyright stuff. Like you can't have sets for the Rise of Skywalker being sold early. Like
Yeah.
there's a very specific marketing campaign
Well, it's
for
like
that.
I'm like, yeah, that is true.
But I don't get about like normal releases. Like there was nothing like particularly confidential about any of the January releases of sets for all themes. I don't understand why they're street dated kind of a thing
yeah, I don't
so
know.
harshly.
I will never understand Lego's decision to street date stuff and not street date stuff.
Right. And it's always funny to see what's not street dated. Like I know like what January it was like a select few Ninjago sets weren't street dated. So everybody rushed to Target to get those like three Ninjago sets that weren't street dated.
Yeah, and then the problem I think is it's like it's not like someone's like saying, okay, go into the back, get me this specific set. Like no one's saying that to Target employees.
Right.
Like when I walked into Target the other day, all the sets were out on the shelves.
Right.
Me being who I am, I know, okay, these might get street dated. And I especially saw this around Christmas time when Target was kind of picked through and Lego wasn't necessarily sending out as many sets
Right.
as they do because of, COVID and the fact that they were preparing for this was like a few days before Christmas, like they were preparing for the uh 2021 launches, and there were these parents like, "Oh, we'll buy this set for the kid for Christmas." And I'm just like, "I know that's going to get street dated." And that's just
Right.
like like 9 out of 10 people aren't going to know it's going to get street dated.
Right.
And I don't know, like I think like street dates don't, like, in a way they hurt like people who are gonna buy it more than they hurt the people selling it,
Hmm.
and I think that's dumb.
Right. Because people who really want the sets are gonna find it no matter what. Like again, okay, so I can't get the Trouble on Tatooine set before January 1st at Target, but I can go to Kohl's down the street and find one just fine. Like it's inconsistent from retailers, which I don't know. I think that's an issue.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Like I think like I and it's also it's interesting to see like I know like some I don't know, I just think it's something that needs to be addressed at some point, like how number one, how things are determined to be street dated. Number one.
Hmm.
Like I don't think random sets should be street like, okay, should Mario sets be street dated? Like the first wave? Yes.
Yeah.
Should, I don't know, city sets be street dated?
No,
No.
that wildlife, that City Explorers wildlife, the zebra print caravan is really going to cause a lot of issues, though. If that gets out
Uh,
early.
and then at the like, I feel like they're just like they're stumbling over their like street dates just cause like stores and Lego themselves to, stumble over it.
Right.
Like I get what like I don't know, like I can kind of see where street dates come from
Mhm.
like the fact that like okay, I can go to Target to get the new set, but I can't go to the Lego store. Like, you know,
Right.
and you feel like there's definitely like margins there, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like someone who I was talking to, they they got street dated on something and they were just planning to go to the Lego store to get it, but once they found out, oh, you might get lucky, they went out. Unfortunately, they were street dated,
Mhm.
but they were like, all right, I'll just go to the Lego store. I don't know what the profit stuff is there, like between Lego, Target, or Lego and Walmart. That's way above any sort of pay grade I have. Um, but yeah, I
I've
don't
never,
know. It
I've
would
never
be
seen.
interesting to see the statistics there of what's like street day, like how like percentages could hurt that and all that sort of stuff.
Right. I don't think it honestly would because I feel like people. I don't know. The Lego store is more of experiential shopping where like going to Target or going to Walmart is just like I'm going to get a very specific item. But going to the Lego store, especially, they try to build like a whole experience while you go there. And I think people who go to the Lego store to buy stuff are shopping also for that experience of like, the people who know a lot about the products, they're going for the VIP point program, they're going for the promos, they're going for I mean, in non-COVID times, they're going for like the bucket of bricks that their kids can play with while they shop, kind of a thing.
And you also feel like if you're going to the Lego store, like 7 out of 10 times, you're going there for something specific.
Right.
Like it's not like you're going there to be like, hmm, I might like decide, I don't know, between like a hidden side set or a Mario set, I can't decide. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm going for the Bowser's Castle
Right.
or like the Mickey and Minnie like buildable figures thing.
Right.
You're not, and that's kind of what I think is like Target. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna walk down this aisle with my kids. Oh, look at this set. Okay.
Right. No, I don't know. I think that would be interesting because I definitely think that I don't think Lego's losing too much though from like allowing sets that are street dated to kind of go out early, but I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, we're just two casual Lego fans.
Well, do you want to get into the topic?
Sure. All right. So our first topic, and I'm going to put out a little disclaimer before this. So we were talking, and especially with the Marvel collectible minifigure series already being known for an August release due to a website putting out a listing for it, we
Hmm.
know that that's coming. And there have been talks about Star Wars potentially getting a collectible minifigure series at some point in the future due to the Hasbro license changing.
Right.
So I myself am a big Marvel fan, and I
Right.
know you're a big Star Wars fan.
Oh yeah.
So we thought one of the things we could do for our first episode would be to talk about what we would want to see in a collectible minifigure series.
Hmm.
As much as it is a wish list, we also wanted to have a little bit of logic in it. Like I'm not gonna put like like a full big fig, into one of those small minifigure packs. Like
Right.
I'm gonna
Jabba the
have
Hutt.
some reasoning to it.
Right. No Jabba the Hutt in any of the Star Wars ones.
That's what ends. So as much as it's like we're wish listing, we're also being realistic with our wish listing. Like I don't want because I know like I don't want this to turn out to be people thinking, oh, because I know, like, I'm trying to follow, like, trying my best to of the best of my ability to follow Legos do guidelines and see what they're enforcing and what they're not
Mhm.
enforcing. And I don't want people to be like, oh, he's being a hypocrite for theorizing about stuff. This isn't like a theory video.
Right.
This is just a wish list with a little sense of reality.
Right. Just like our educated guesses, but mostly for fun.
mostly for fun. Like, do I think, like, could I see some of our guesses being true? Yes, but could at the same time they're guesses, and if you throw enough darts at a wall, some will stick.
Right.
I think that's how that saying goes,
Yeah.
anyway.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
So the way we decided to do this is we decided to break our CMFs up into 8 total series. Hang on one second. But 4 for each.
Mhm.
So on the Marvel side, we're going to do an MCU series, a comic series, a Disney Plus series, and our Dream Marvel CMF. It can be include anything. You want to do the Star Wars ones?
For Star Wars, we have the original trilogy. We have a split series of the sequel trilogy and the prequel trilogy. We have a Clone Wars. Well, I did Clone Wars, and Falcon did more of a Disney Plus themed series. And then our Dream, not the Minecrafter, but our Dream Star Wars lists. And we're going with 12 figures for each of these lists because that's how it's seeming that the new collectible minifigure series will be shaking out that way. So no 16s, no 18s, as much as that would be awesome. Just 12 figures in each.
Granted, that could change at some point. Like, you never know with Lego. They could change it at the drop of a dime, like
Right.
how they did from 16 to 12. But for right now, I think 12 is the safest bet.
Yeah. Manage expectations.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it's better. It's better to be thinking 12 and have it be surprised by 16 than think 16 and be disappointed by 12.
Right. All
All
righty. So
right,
do
so I
you want
think
to
the
kick us
way we
off?
decided it, we're gonna do it is we're gonna do Marvel, then Star Wars,
Okay.
and then back to Marvel, back to Star Wars. So first, and we did talk about it a little beforehand, so we do have a little bit of order to ours,
Hmm.
like kind of not necessarily similarities, but like characters Lego's gonna do.
Right.
Like Lego would do no matter what. Like, are they going to do a Spider-Man? Yes. In like the comic or MCU, yes. And we kind of I guaranteed the fake like I said when we were talking about this, gave like I think it's 6 figures for Marvel and the comic series, and then 5 for the Disney Plus series, which is like that they're going to do no matter what.
Right.
Like there's no if like there's no denying it. And I think we did the same basic things for the Star Wars series.
Hmm. A little more
Where
flexibility with Star Wars, we did.
yeah,
Yeah.
where there's like it's not the same characters each time because I don't think they could put like a Mace Windu in a sequel trilogy.
Right.
But you get what I mean. Something where it's like where it's definitely a little bit not necessarily controlled, but it's something where it's like, it adds a little bit of order to it,
Right.
I
And this
guess.
is where the educated guess part comes in of our lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think the first one we're going to do is the MCU series.
Hmm.
And the first of our agreed upon characters that Lego would do no matter what is Iron Man. What Iron Man version did you select?
I kind of went with an Iron Man slash Tony Stark. I did the racetrack version where he has like the Stark Industries kind of suit on. And I thought because doesn't his suit I'm fuzzy on Marvel, so bear with me. Doesn't his suit come out of like a suitcase or something in that scene?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you would get like Tony Stark in his like race suit with the helmet, and then you get the suitcase and maybe part of the suit that you could assemble onto him.
I think they actually did the suit like in the Iron Man Malibu Mansion set, but they did it with stickers. So I think that
Oh,
could look really cool, kind of printed on there.
mhm.
For mine, I thought that whatever Iron Man they end up doing, if it's like an MCU series, whatever Iron Man they end up doing is probably going to be like a popular Iron Man that they can make really detailed. So I
Mhm.
thought the Mark, I think it's, wait 1 second. Yeah, it's the Mark 42 armor from Iron Man 3.
Okay,
It's
that's a
kind of that
classic.
like red and gold.
Yeah,
I think that they could do a really cool, like, lots of dual molding, lots of arm printing. They could like look at the way they did the silver like Centurium one.
right. The side leg printing, the arm printing,
Like they could
right,
do that just in like a strong yellow and gold.
right.
So next up we have the next figure is Captain America. Which Captain America version did you pick?
I did old Captain America from Endgames, like the Joe Biden Captain America. I just think that that's like such an iconic like figure because I mean that's how he ends. That's how that character kind of comes to an end with that. You maybe get like the little shield case that he puts it in. But yeah, just kind of like a very simple kind of figure. I don't know.
I will say I definitely like, for my picks, especially with MCU. I know a lot of people might just do a straight Endgame series, which
Right.
you could do, but I thought I wanted to make it kind of a little bit more of a challenge for myself.
Hmm.
So the Captain America version I picked is his World War II outfit.
Ooh, okay.
Like with the jacket
Yeah.
and like not like the like the helmet I'm talking about with like
Yeah.
the goggles and all of that.
Yep.
And when he uses like the that like not like triangle shield, but like kind of triangle shield.
Right. Like the classic Lego like Knight's shield almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what they could do, like that is in desperate need of like an updated print
Hmm.
or an updated mold.
For
I
sure.
think that they could do like they could use the collectible minifigure series budget to make a new mold that they can introduce everywhere.
I could see that.
And yeah, and that's why I think I would like, have like a gun holster on the side of his legs, like how they did for the Winter Soldier, something to make it really detailed.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
The next one we decided on that Lego would do basically no matter what is Thor. Which version of Thor did you select?
I feel like this was again another Endgame, but I feel like this was another easy pick for me. Bro Thor from Endgame. There's so many memes about him, and he was such like a popular character. I still see memes using that Thor. So and also there wasn't that many different versions I thought of Thor from the MCU, so I just went with Bro Thor.
So what I did is again, I was thinking about specific molds
Hmm.
like Lego can use outside of just like that Thor.
Okay.
And I know that in 2021 they released the Thor with in the mech with the silver like Ragnarok helmet,
Oh yeah.
but they don't really have a proper mold for like his like comic helmet and like his hair.
Hmm.
So at the beginning of the Thor movie, they did like he showed up like I can't remember the exact scene, but like he was in that costume, like he had like the proper helmet, like with his hair coming out, and I could totally see Lego making like a detailed version of Thor just to make that mold specifically, so they could use it outside of it and like make a comic book set with it.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that definitely.
All right, so next figure up is Black Widow. We said that they would do no matter what.
Right.
Which version of Black Widow did you select?
Did she show up first in Iron Man 2 or 3?
Iron Man 2.
Okay, so I with the Iron Man 2, it's a little different. Her suit, I looked up the picture. Her suit is a little different than Avengers, and she had a different style, a hairstyle for that. So I think they could use a new mold for her hair. But yeah, just the Iron Man 2 Black Widow.
It's funny, I picked the exact same thing. I
Hey,
thought that like I know people are gonna say, oh, Endgame Black Widow. But again, I think the Endgame stuff was too easy. So
right.
I thought the Iron Man 2, you can have like a cool, suit maker detailed, like something different than because I feel like a lot of the Black Widow suits you could say end up being the same, and especially with how they did like the amazing arm printing and stuff like that. in the helicarrier, in Avengers Tower, in the minifig pack. Like it's just something to stand out, and I feel like that suit is different enough where it stands out, and it just doesn't need to rely on like the Elsa hair printed slightly different, you know?
Right. No, 100%.
All right. So next figure we thought of that Lego would do basically automatically if they're doing an MCU series is Hawkeye. Which version of Hawkeye did you pick?
I picked Possessed Hawkeye from Avengers 1. I think that his Avengers 1 suit wasn't good as a minifigure to begin with. I mean, it's already come so far that they could do a new version of that Hawkeye, and then you just do like a dual-sided head with like his kind of glazed over blue eyes.
And I know people had a lot of complaints about the hair that they used in
Oh,
that
yeah.
set.
So bad.
So I think that they could update that. I really like that choice. So what I was thinking is basically, even if it's like not accurate whatsoever, if they were to ever revisit Endgame stuff again, I feel like that they would include the Ronin suit
Hmm.
because that's so popular.
Right.
So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do his other Endgame suit, like where you can put like tattoos on his arm,
Okay,
you know,
sure.
make it kind of cool, like a rough and tough Hawkeye from Endgame. Do like a introduce a proper, hair piece, and I think that that's the cool thing because I could just see like them making like Ronin as like a gift with purchase at some point down the line, like with like a something where you have to spend like $200 on it just to get it because
Right.
people they like Lego knows okay fans want that really badly.
Yeah.
So next up we said Spider-Man would be, and this is the last one where we said like them that we're guaranteed to show up. So we said Spider-Man. Which version of Spider-Man did you pick?
I did a Homecoming jacket, Spider-Man. I know that's not technically MCU, it's Sony, but I don't know. I really like that. That movie was very, very like sentimental to me, and I think that was like seeing that poster with him with like the Letterman kind of jacket, and it was such a cool contrast between like the blue and the red suit, and having like the yellow jacket. I think that would be a perfect CMF inclusion.
So I feel like especially with the picture, like the set pictures and stuff like that, he's wearing his Spider-Man Far From Home suit,
Hmm.
like the red and black one. So I figure that we'll get that suit at some point. I know that there's one suit that people have been dying for, especially like it was even teased in the Sanctum set, the Spider-Man homemade suit.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I feel like that's just
Yeah,
it's like it's not like it's kind of like the perfect I want to say meta sort of suit that they would love to
yeah,
do for a CMF.
that's totally perfect. Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to venture into our next six figures will be stuff that we did not decide on, like these are our own choices. Who is your seventh figure?
MJ from preferably from Far From Home. I don't know. Zendaya is a super popular actress right now, and I think she deserves a figure for her, and much better than we got in that pitiful Venice set. We need like a unique face print, new hair piece, whole 9 yards.
I like that. So I also decided to correct a wrong for Marvel with my seventh figure. I said Wasp.
Okay.
People have been
Ooh.
complaining about ever since it came out that that it used the Iron Man helmet.
Right.
So I think a collectible minifigure series perfect opportunity to include like like print for like her stinger shooters and like a new helmet mold that would just solve a lot of problems going forward.
Right. Eighth
All right.
figure.
Oh, figure number 8.
Alrighty. I went with Quentin Beck Mysterio in like the gray kind of mocap suit he had. I think that would just be really cool patterned. I know I've done a lot of Far From Home
I
slash
was just about to say,
I love those movies. Like I love Spider-Man, and I love those. Those are my favorite MCU movies. But yeah, no, I think getting him with that kind of like you could do like around the neck piece that kind of give him that I don't know, he had those kind of like mocap things kind of in front of his face. I think that'll be cool, and also it'd give us like a cool like Jake Gyllenhaal figure basically,
Yeah, something with like proper face printing because they didn't do that for Mysterio.
right?
For my eighth figure, I said Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh, I feel like there's a lot of this. It was hard to narrow down a version. I guess I'll just go with the Endgame version there. But
Mhm.
I feel like that she's so popular right now,
Right.
especially with WandaVision and her going to be in Doctor Strange too. Like, I definitely feel like she's going to become one of the faces of the MCU.
Hmm.
So I feel like they would have to do that. Um, I decided to save like Disney Plus stuff for a Disney Plus series. So I'm gonna say Endgame, like a super detailed version of her, and something better than like the Supergirl hair like headpiece that like
Yeah,
really shows off like her magic and stuff like that.
right.
All right, so we're up to number 9 now. Who is your ninth figure?
All right, this is gonna sound dumb, but who's the professor guy from Thor?
Um, I know his name, but I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could not figure out who it was, and I couldn't like I don't know, I couldn't figure
Eric
it out.
Selvig.
Yeah, Eric Selvig. I think you need to balance it out a little bit. We got a bunch of superheroes, we got villains and whatnot. I think you need to balance it out with like a civilian type character. And I don't know. I think you get a cool hairpiece. It'd be a very easy figure for Lego to complete. And also, like I don't know, they're giving us like some Thor and Thor: The Dark World figures that we just didn't get anything for. So I don't know.
So for my ninth figure, I decided to keep up the theme of super like heroes and stuff like that. But this I went with a super villain.
Mhm.
There's there's a lot of like a couple big MCU movies where you just didn't get the villains for. So I thought what could they like what figure could flourish the most from a CMF?
Mhm.
And I thought, okay, like printing wise and also like that, the Iron Man 2 villain Whiplash.
Ooh, I like that.
You could do like in like especially not his like his first like when he attacks Tony on the racetrack, like
Mhm.
that scrappy put together suit. You can make that a really detailed figure, I feel like.
Right. No, totally could.
And all right, your 10th figure.
Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's such a needed figure. Easy to do. You can literally use the Anakin Skywalker hair for him in gray. 100% we need an Ego.
All right, for my 10th figure, I went with probably one of the most obvious, like I figure most obvious, one of the most popular Avengers villains, Loki. I
Okay.
went with. You can pick basically. I would think that they would do the original Avengers suit because that's like you can make that super detailed.
Hmm.
But the main purpose of them including that is the hair helmet to make a hair helmet mold.
With like the hair kind of sticking out the bottom
Yeah,
kind of a
with the
thing.
hair sticking out of like that. That's been a big complaint. I've seen people say with that mold. So that CMF, perfect time to correct that. Give us a super detailed Loki and all. And you could even give like a scared face for like when he's getting beaten down by Hulk.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
think that would be fun. All right, who's number 11 for you?
Better Ulysses Claw. I purely because I love that character. But I think they did him dirty in the Black Panther set we got. I think you could either give it from Age of Ultron. I'm not too picky, but if you did the version of him with like the arm, I think you give him a new arm piece that kind of has like the plates coming off of his arm. Again, not too picky, but I think we need like a way better Ulysses Claw.
Well, I'm going with a figure from this same movie, basically. Well, like Black. I'm going with Black Panther, but I'm going with in his like his ritual suit,
Ooh, like the white one.
like the white one. I feel like that could be like a way you give us a civilian figure in a way of honoring Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
Um, and I think you could make it really cool. One of the ways I've seen people making that the plant that he eats
Hmm.
is using the like a purple. I think it's purple. It's either purple or blue. You take a purple and blue Infinity Stone,
Yep.
like that mold, and put it on top of one of those flower like plant molds.
3 leaf.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
and then boom, you have I think that I think Lego would do that as a way of honoring Chadwick Boseman, and at the same time giving us a cool, popular Black Panther.
All right. I like that.
And so, who is your 12th and final figure?
Korg. We need a Korg. Granted, we've seen the headpiece for it now, kind of floating around. I think that we could totally get. I don't know. I think that'd be a great figure to, a great way to get Korg as a figure. I think a lot of people like him. Like I know my dad is like, I think it's one of his favorite characters in the MCU. So I don't know. I think it would be great. People would totally buy like a $5 CMF for just for Korg.
Would you, if you were designing a cord figure, would you use regular like legs, or would you use like the Woody legs?
I think the Woody legs look so ridiculous. I would use regular legs.
All right. For my 12th and final figure for this one, this is where kind of I did logic,
Hmm.
even though a lot of, especially online for some reason, have mixed reactions. I think Lego would do a super detailed Captain Marvel figure.
Ooh, okay.
I know Marvel's really promoting her as like the next Tony Stark kind of thing. Even if she doesn't end up, you let like, especially with like superhero figures, like in both, I'll say for both Star Wars and Marvel, you
Mhm.
kind of need to put like female figures where you can, because you
Right,
could easily do like a heavily male dominated series.
right,
And I feel like Lego wouldn't like would try their best to include as many females as they can. And I think a much better Captain Marvel suit would be perfect with like an extreme amount of detail.
right. I can totally see that. All right, so we're moving on to the original trilogy for Star Wars now.
Original trilogy, you can take that.
All right. So for the first character, we decided that we most definitely going to get an original trilogy based CMF would be Luke Skywalker. So Falcon, who'd you have for Luke? What version?
I looked at Luke's because I feel like they've done a lot of the
Hmm.
original trilogy Luke outfits.
Hmm.
So I took it as, what Luke Skywalker could they upgrade the most? And that I was thinking his Bespin suit.
Okay.
His Bespin suit, you could do, even like, if I'm a little hazy because I haven't, but you could even do like something like that shows like his robotic hand, do some like printing there.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think his Bespin suit is the suit that like could use the most update, like that could get the most printing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No, I see what you mean. I went with a similar thought of kind of what you said with like an updated since we've gotten like pretty much every version of Luke Skywalker, just one that needed an update. I went with the celebration from at the end of A New Hope Luke Skywalker. We got him in like the original Lego Star Wars encyclopedia as like the free minifigure with the book. And it still uses like the kind of the flat hair piece and the figure just looks old. I have him looking at him right now, kind of lined up with all my other Luke Skywalkers, and he looks totally out of place. So I know I think we could totally get the Celebration Luke.
Agreed. Um,
Um, oh, what were we gonna say?
I think that would be a good. You could even use like the metal mold kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be totally no, that'd be awesome. For the next figure, I we decided on Princess Leia. What version did you have, Falcon?
Okay, so I was think again with a lot of these, I was thinking with my sense of reason, like what could like what needs like a mold.
Hmm.
And I thought the Princess Leia opening from the opening scene of New Hope with like her like hair and like the hood, you could make that into one piece, I feel like, and it would look
Ooh,
kind of like a dual molded piece, and it would look really cool, I feel like. Who'd
right.
you
You
do?
you get the little like Death Star plan piece with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I went with Bausch Leia, kind of the same thinking of Luke, just a figure from Leia that we haven't gotten in a while. They wouldn't really need a new mold for that. They could just reuse the same one that from 2012 because that's an amazing mold. Update some of the printing, give her a better backpack, give her a better staff. Yeah, I think that'd be a solid choice.
Agreed.
Next off, we went to finish off the main three. We went with Han. What version of Han did you have, Falcon?
I did Han from Hoth, like
Okay,
when he's going around searching for Luke. I think you could make a super detailed kind of Hoth uniform like that people can, switch up and make customs for, and at the same time includes like a new helmet, like not like how he wears like like you could make like a new helmet kind of like face mask sort of thing.
Parka thing, yeah.
Yeah, something where it's like a new mold, like his like it could be down like if you know what shot I'm talking about.
Yep, I do. Yeah,
I
his.
think that would be like kind of a cool, niche like CMF sort of thing.
I agree. We got him in like a polybag in 2013, but I mean, and like a couple other sets, but we really haven't gotten a new Hoth Han, so I definitely think we could use that. I went with Han in his Endor trench coat. I really, really want like a new trench coat piece added, like a cloth one, which would be really cool. But we also just haven't got a new version of him since 2015. So, yeah.
I like that.
What did you have? Next we had Chewie. What did you have for Chewie?
So for Chewie, I figure like it's kind of hard because he doesn't really have a lot of different outfits.
Right.
So I kind of said like um a Chewy with an updated body mold and
Hmm.
just a lot of like printing.
Okay. Arm printing,
So
leg
something
printing. Yeah.
so something like where it's like a basic Chewy figure like times two. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like double like the quality of everything.
Right. I went with Snowy Chewbacca from Hoth. Would pair nicely with the Han Solo that you just talked about. That's the only version of Chewbacca that we haven't really gotten. I think it'd be cool to have like little snow flecks on like the top of his head and on his face and like on his shoulders and whatnot. Wouldn't require too much. Wouldn't require a new mold or anything either.
I agree.
Next, my favorite character, obviously, Lando Calrissian.
So this one was I decided to pick his best like kind of just like this one was hard for me, but I picked his like Bespin outfit,
Okay.
something where you can just have again up like really updated printing. I feel like maybe a new hairpiece,
Yeah,
something
he
like
does need a
that,
hairpiece.
or new, or better yet, like a new cape piece,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, something to just make the figure stand out.
Right.
Who'd you do?
I did Skiff Guard Lando. We got one of him from
Oh, that's a good
2012.
one. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he doesn't have any leg printing on that figure. And I totally think he needs an update. You get a cool like staff with it too. But yeah, no, and it's like we're probably not gonna get like many Return of the Jedi theme sets, so I thought it'd be a cool way to get a Lando. For the last and final figure that we had planned, we went with Vader. What'd you have, Falcon?
So I thought because they've kind of already released like the perfect like a as probably as detailed like regular Darth Vader as they'll ever go
Right.
with the and I kind of went with the like battle damage from episode 6,
Okay.
like where his suit's slightly messed up a little bit,
Hmm.
and you can do like that. I feel like especially with all the printing would just kind of again be like one of those niche things like you could do for CMF.
Hmm. I went very similar. I did the electrocuted Vader from episode 6. So you could use some like trans blue parts and kind of simulate how when he was getting electrocuted by Palpatine. I think you could kind of bring in elements like what you said of like the kind of light battle damage and scuffing he had with that.
Yeah, I feel like again, like especially with the Bespin dual Vader, it's like it's kind of hard for Lego to take Vader into a CMF and like just update his printing, so they would have to
Right.
find like a very niche version of him.
Right.
And I feel like there's not a lot of niche versions in the original trilogy.
Right.
So I feel like they would do that.
All right, so that's all of the planned versions that we did that we pre-discussed. So what was your seventh figure, Falcon?
So I feel like especially in no matter what Star Wars series they end up doing, there will be a collectible clone.
Okay,
And I like a stormtrooper or like a clone trooper, just something that they can kind of really army build with.
sure.
Lego loves to release CMFs that you can army build with. So
Right,
that way, like if you complete the series, you still have a reason to go back and buy.
right.
So I just did a really updated stormtrooper
Okay,
with like with just all the proper printing, like dual mold, like any sort of printing he needs, he has, like the
right.
ultimate stormtrooper, because fans will go out and buy that.
Yeah, right. $5 a pop, Stormtrooper, 100%.
Yep. Who'd you do?
Um, I did Chief Chirpa, Ewok. Again, original trilogy was one of the hardest ones for me because I feel like they've done so many figures. But I think they would want like a cute type figure on there, something that kids would like. And Chief Chirpa hasn't been updated since 2013. And I think the Ewok mold needs a little rework on it, honestly. So you rework the Ewok mold, and yeah, give them some new printing. But yeah, give them a new staff too.
I like it. I like it.
What'd you have for your eighth?
So eighth, this one I was kind of again thinking like I thought about logic. I feel like they would have to do like they would do a Yoda.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do a Force Ghost Yoda.
Right.
I'll tell you why later. But I was thinking for Yoda, um, I tested this out and it seemed a little big, but you could either include a new leg, like you could either do it with the mid legs, but that makes him a little too tall,
Mm,
or just make like a new, like somehow for like the short legs to move.
okay.
I could definitely see them like that's like they love introducing like game changing pieces in CMFs, and
Right.
I feel like that'd be a perfect time to release maybe like I think it's pretty like Yoda's a popular enough character. Add a piece to like short legs that can move. You have yourself a figure people would pay $5 for.
Right. I did Admiral Mati from A New Hope, Moti or Mati. Figure we haven't gotten before. Again, easy figure for Lego to do. I kind of operate under the assumption most of the time with the CMF that they wouldn't be doing as they would be trying to use as little new molds as possible. But no, I think that we get the new Imperial ranking insignias, maybe just some updating, give them the dual molded kind of black with dark gray legs that the Imperial officers desperately need. But yeah, what did you have
Okay.
for your 10th?
I think we're up to nine.
Oh, nine. Oh, oops, ninth.
I figure so. I feel like it wouldn't be any Star Wars original trilogy CMF without C3PO and R2D2.
Okay.
I feel like they wouldn't release like them separately.
Okay.
So I feel like what they would do is they would give us me like R ran into trouble with like R2, but maybe you could do it with like printing like he's like electrocuting someone, like or like you could have like his little accessories like printed like coming out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm surprised they haven't done this, but when they released that poly bag around the time The Force Awakens came out with that really detailed C3PO,
Yeah.
I am surprised they haven't updated that for like regular C3PO.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they would definitely do that.
I could see that. I think that'd be a good idea too to release them as a pair.
Like I feel like if they like no one would pay $5 just for an R2D2 or $5 just for a C3PO.
Right, but people might do it if it's new updated versions and you get both at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Like together,
Right.
I think that would work. And I feel
Um,
like especially like with licensed things, they haven't like they've been okay with like not shying away from releasing like characters together. Like, I
Right.
know this is a little bit of a stretch, but like, look at the Simpsons series with like Santa's little helper and like
And Lisa.
Lisa,
Right.
or no, he Maggie, and like Snowball 2 with Lisa. Like, those are characters you might not necessarily think deserve their own spot, but at the same time, it's cool to get them.
Right. I did Yak Face from a very incredibly background character from Return of the Jedi. I know with the Star Wars blog Yak Face, the characters kind of become a bit more memed on. But new mold, I think you could use the midi legs on him, give him the staff. I think that'd be a solid figure personally.
I like it.
10th.
10th. So I figure like um I did Force Ghost Ben Solo.
You mean Ben Kenobi?
Or Ben Kenobi, sorry.
No, you're
God,
good.
I was sorry, spaced out there. Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan.
Uh huh.
Because I feel that like they haven't done a Force Ghost yet. CMF would be perfect for it.
Right.
I feel like they wouldn't go with Yoda. I feel like the one character who spends the most time as a Force Ghost is Obi-Wan. They could do that. They wouldn't have to change much from his episode 4 figure. Just make it clear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lego is more than capable of doing
I agree. I did Snaggletooth from the Cantina. He was probably the figure that I was most upset about. Didn't show up in the Cantina. Um, Classic Kenner figure showed up in other Star Wars media. He'd need a new head mold, but a very easy figure. Again, give him the midi legs. I'd be fine with that. He'd be great, but especially with the Cantina already like very recently out, it'd be perfect to kind of throw him as an addition.
that. I can totally see them doing that.
11th figure.
I had Boba Fett.
Okay,
Because Boba Fett, I feel like he could use an upgrade.
sure.
Like, I know that they've done some printing. Like, I think on just one, was it one arm that they did the printing for?
No, both.
Oh, I feel like they could just release kind of like an updated version of that,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like in the same way they did like the super detailed Mandalorian. Just do, especially with like Boba Fett getting his own show now.
Right.
I feel like they're going to include him. So I feel like just like a super updated version, maybe like a new helmet mold
Better
kind of
jetpack.
thing, like some, or like like a new jetpack mold, something to
Right.
make the figure stand out a little bit, and especially with like, I know the Slave One figure where he was included with like the super detailed goes for a lot of money, so
Okay.
people would pay the $5 just for that.
Yeah. No, I can see that 100%. I went with an updated IG-88 classic figure. I think the like kind of cone pieces that they stack on top of each other they use for the assassin droids is kind of a cop out. And having I had at one point the brick arms head for the IG units that had like the movable, like the different sections rotated around. I don't think Lego needs to go that intense, but I think they should give us like a new updated head so we can just have a better IG head.
I like that. Like,
Yeah,
so
I think
maybe like a mold or something like that.
right. I think you could maybe do like I don't know. It could give us a chance to also to get upgraded droid parts and not just use like the same 3 parts or 4 parts they use for every droid type they do. So I think that'd be kind of cool.
I like it.
And for your final figure,
Oh my god, I'm gonna completely pronounce the like bosh this, but it's like it's Nanub.
Nine Nub, yeah,
Yeah,
Nine Nub.
Ninub. I feel like he's a character we haven't gotten before in Lego. Not sure, right? We haven't gotten him,
Nope, we have not.
and I don't know why we haven't gotten him.
We've gotten his
I
relative.
and I feel like this. I feel like a CMF would be perfect for that. You can do a new head. Like, you don't have to just cop out with like a face, like just a head and like like a helmet, because I know that's how he was done in like video games. You can make a new mold there. I think that would be perfect for a CMF.
I agree. To round out mine, I did Lobot. We haven't had a solid Lobot figure in a while. I think it'd be cool if they did like a regular minifigure head, but in the back they had his extra like housing for his whatever you call it that kind of like stuck out extra on the back of his head. And if they gave him dual molded boots, that'd be awesome.
I like it.
So that's all the original trilogy Star Wars. We're kind of coming up on quite a bit of time. Do you want to just kind of run through our last three each, kind of just like faster? Like we won't alternate. We could just kind of go boom, boom, boom down the thing.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm enjoying it. I'll say that.
I know. I'm worried that we've been talking for almost an hour here, and I don't want to bore our viewers.
Um, it's up to you.
I think I
How,
think I
well,
think
how
if
about
the,
we, instead of going back and forth, we just each read our lists and
sure.
talk about them, and
All
then
right.
like go back and forth.
Yeah, that works.
So for and we can like chime in with like things about it.
Okay.
So for the comic stuff, um, I did my first figure, which we again same six figures. We said Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Spider Man. So I did Iron Man like the first edition. Like we got kind of a like a version like that in Mighty Micros, but I think we could do something better there
Hmm.
with like a new helmet mold, like extremely detailed printing.
Hmm.
Then for I said for my second figure, Captain America first edition. Well, not first edition, but like like the comic version.
Right.
Like
His first. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna call most of these first editions, even though I know they're probably not. Um, that I feel like with Captain America, you again reuse like in new shield mold.
Hmm.
You can maybe even do a new helmet mold with the wings on the side. Just something super detailed. I feel like we haven't gotten yet. Um, Thor first edition. I feel like we need desperately again a hair helmet combo.
Yep.
I feel like that would be perfect. Um, I said Black Widow first edition. I'm not sure it would look much different than everything else,
Yeah.
but if they're doing first editions, I feel like they wouldn't just, skip out on Black Widow.
Hmm.
Then I feel like Hawkeye first edition with like the mask mold.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised we haven't gotten that yet.
Right.
I feel like we need that, and I feel like a CMF perfect shot for that.
Sure.
So then for my Spider-Man thing, I said the Venom suit.
Okay.
I said the Venom suit because I feel like that's really popular. And it's a really popular suit we just haven't gotten yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like they could do it really good justice in a CMF.
I agree. Well, I'm gonna jump in right there. I have these same exact figures for the comics, like the same exact to a T.
Even
Um,
the Spider-Man Venom suit?
yeah, even the Spider-Man Venom suit.
Oh wow, we did not plan that.
No, I do. Yeah, I have comic Iron Man, like that kind of the first one with like the big yellow face plate, the classic Black Widow, the Thor with the big wings on the helmet, and then like the Hawkeye with like the purple helmet kind of a thing. Yeah, I had the same exact that you did.
All right, so I guess maybe we'll have the same ones. For my seventh figure, I said Ant-Man.
Okay.
I said comic suit Ant-Man. We need that helmet. That would be such a cool CMF. Um, and you can't do Ant-Man without the Wasp. So again, I feel like a comic book suit Wasp. Um, and especially right now with how popular they are, Scarlet, I feel like a comic book Scarlet Witch with the hair crown kind of mold.
Hmm.
Um, that would be perfect. And then Vision to go along with her. We haven't gotten a true comic book Vision yet. Then I feel like for the last two, I decided to do one really popular villain that we're missing, Baron Zemo,
Ooh. Okay.
in like his comic book attire. People have been asking that forever. And then for my final figure, I did a comic book Loki. Again, the same exact thinking before. A new way to give us the hair helmet like combo and a popular enough character where people would go out and buy it.
Right. I didn't do any bad guys. That's probably on me. But I focused on more non-MCU properties. So I had Scarlet Witch, like you said. I also had Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, their original kind of portrayals. I think the Mr. Fantastic you could do really cool with like longer arms and legs, kind of like the Woody. Mrs. Fantastic, you could do like a partly translucent parts to it. I did comic Wolverine, Storm, and Cyclops from the X-Men. We haven't gotten like solid versions of those figures in a while, and I want like the true like comic versions of it. I think it'd be even funny if you gave Wolverine the midi legs because Wolverine's a short king. Um, and then what else did I have? I think that's it. That's all I had. So yeah, I went with Scarlet Witch, Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, and then three X-Men for
I
the
like
rest
it.
of my
I
list.
could see. It'll be curious if they wait till the MCU introduces them to go back to X Men and Fantastic Four stuff.
I hope not. I hope they do it sooner.
All right, so the next series up, I'll let you go first here, is the prequel slash sequel CMF, where we took prequel characters and sequel characters. So,
So the three characters that we both kind of went on for both of them were Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, and then we did Rey, Finn, and Poe for the sequel trilogy. So to start us off, I did young Padawan Anakin from episode one. We've never gotten that figure before. I think he could give us a new little hairpiece. I think that'd be a really cool way to get him because we're probably not going to get him any other way. Hooded episode three Obi-Wan. I think that'd be a cool way to get like a hood, use that new hood mold again. Kind of a cop out figure, but again, we've gotten pretty much every version of the prequel Obi-Wans that we could use. And then pregnant Padme, we could definitely use a new, like I think a mold, like I don't know, with Lego kind of doing more inclusivity stuff. I could definitely see them doing like a pregnant piece kind of mold. I don't know if that makes sense,
yeah, that makes sense.
but I think we could get Padme with that. And then for Rey, I did her with the Falcon rebreather that she used at the kind of the beginning part of the Force Awakens. So basically the same scavenger Rey fit, but with like a little mask attachment too. But again, detail her out, give her arm printing, give her leg printing, all the whole 9 yards. Um, I know this is probably never going to happen because it's too violent for Lego, but Finn with the bloody handprint over his mask. So as he's a stormtrooper from the beginning of the Force Awakens. Again, we've got with all the sequel trilogy merchandising, we got pretty much every version of Finn imaginable. So I think the Finn with like the bloody hand mark would be really cool. We'll probably never get him though. And then I did the hardest one was Poe for me because I could not figure out a Poe Dameron that we haven't gotten. So I just did Poe Dameron with like without his scarf from the Rise of Skywalker because there was a couple scenes where he was given a scarf. I think you give him. I think he needs a new, better hairpiece. I don't think they do Oscar Isaac justice with the hairpiece they use for Poe. And yeah, just don't give him the scarf. And then for my bonus figures, I did Boss Nass, highly requested figure. Zam Wessel, again, another highly requested figure that we haven't gotten since 2002. And a shock trooper, like you said in the original trilogy when Falcon, I think we're gonna need like a massable trooper style figure, and I think like the red Coruscant Guard shock trooper would be really really cool to get. And then for the sequel trilogy figures, I did Sidon Thano. He was the Crimson Corsair. He's got like the red winged helmet from The Force Awakens. Very very cool figure. Really want him as a figure. And then two figures from The Rise of Skywalker. I totally realized I left out um, The Last Jedi completely, and that wasn't on purpose or anything. But I did the Final Order Guard, so like those red kind of Imperial Guard looking dudes with like blasters from the final scene of The Rise of Skywalker. And then I did Final Form Palpatine as well from The Rise of Skywalker.
All
So that's
right,
my list.
I like it. So my list, I for Anakin, I chose episode three, kind of dark, like when Anakin's turning to the dark side and his eyes change to that different color.
Hmm.
You could make like a super kind of like evil version of Anakin with like a new like hair hood piece kind of thing. Um Obi-Wan, for Obi-Wan, I also did episode 3 robes kind of in like when he's in like the red, like his like with his robes on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I did that kind of like, and I think you can like, just have that as a really updated figure. We have gotten a lot of Obi-Wans before, but I think that that's the one that they could improve the most on.
Hmm.
For my Padme figure, I thought about it and I thought, um, Lego, there's a Padme figure that sells for over like $100 right now.
Yeah.
The episode 1 Padme.
Hmm.
I think Lego would remake that.
I could see it. I
I
definitely.
could see it as kind of an FU to scalpers, and at the same time releasing a very desired minifigure that people want but don't want to pay the $100 for. For my Ray version, I think we got a lot of Ray versions, but I feel like we are missing the evil Ray from episode 9.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
You know, maybe somehow do like, I don't know, you could do a lot of different things with that, but I feel like that's the version of Ray we are missing the most, and I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I agree. I think that I don't
Um,
know with new lightsaber piece and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the Finn version, I did the Stormtrooper version, but really detailed with like the like you said, the bloody handprint, but do it as like a Lego hand.
Ooh.
Um, in the same way that they did like the Drax tattoos with like Lego like skulls.
Hmm.
I think they could do that, and again, give us like a super detailed First Order Stormtrooper in the same process.
I can see that.
For the last like agreed upon character, I did Poe, like the snow version from episode 9. Like when they go, like you know what I'm talking about,
Oh,
right?
the trench coat. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
King.
trench coat.
Yeah,
Like that, I figure like there's not like again, they did a good Lego did a good job with giving us the 3 like main characters
yeah.
in like all their outfits, but I feel like the snow trench coat is kind of the last thing we're missing for Poe. Now on to my next characters. I did Commander Cody for my
Okay.
next one. With things not with it looking, how do I want to say this? With certain things, it looks like our best chance to get Commander Cody is in a CMF.
I would agree with that.
And I think that they would do it. They would release a super detailed version of him,
Hmm.
and that's kind of I okay. Granted, my Star Wars knowledge is not the best, but I'm good, but not the best. I also did in the same way the what stormtrooper like what clone trooper they could do. I
Hmm.
did a 212 trooper.
Okay, like the Utapau, the orange ones. Yeah.
Yeah, something in a way you can make it not like Cody's,
Hmm.
but similar.
Right, and you could. I think that pair well with Cody. Like you'd want to
And
get
but
both
yeah,
figures.
you can kind of create like the general and his army, but at the same time have Cody stand out like they're not reusing the same things.
Hmm.
Um, for my eighth pick, I did episode 9, Emperor Palpatine.
Hmm.
It's crazy we haven't gotten him before,
Right.
and I feel like this would be a perfect chance to get him. I also did Zam Wessel for my 10th figure.
Hmm.
I feel like that I'm really surprised we haven't gotten an updated version of her since like 2002.
Hmm.
There's actually I heard a rumor once that they were considering remaking that set, but it hasn't came out yet. But
I think it
yeah.
would sell well.
My next one is again something I thought like a character people want that I don't see I could them ever making a set of, and his full name is Dexter Dexter.
Oh yeah, we need a Dexter Jets. They're bad.
Like I feel like that's like a character they're not good like that's another perfect CMF spot.
Right.
And then another perfect spot I feel like is Crate Luke,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that version of Luke Skywalker.
I could see that.
I don't know why we haven't gotten that version yet, but again, something where you can use a collectible minifigure series as a way of you know, like putting in characters that might not necessarily fit in a set. And I don't know if he would fit in a set, but I think that this would be perfect.
Hmm. I agree.
All right, so now we're moving on to Disney Plus.
Hmm.
And I feel like with Disney Plus, there's kind of um I'm for my Disney Plus, I used it based on Marvel's release date,
Okay.
like where Marvel's CMF could, come out in. Because again, we're using logic, some logic.
Right.
And it would be like August/September. They recently so the way that they're releasing the shows, it's WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, and then like Hawkeye/Miss Marvel.
Right.
The way that if the CMF based on dates, it would come out in like right around the time I think like What If it's transitioning to like Loki/What If.
Hmm.
So I feel like, especially if I feel like Lego would do just focus on Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and give us
They're big
great
three.
versions there.
Right.
So my first figure is Falcon in his Captain America suit.
Okay.
Let's be real. I mean, we all know everyone. It's not really a spoiler or anything like that. Everyone kind of knows that at the end of the series, it will be Falcon taking up the mantle of Captain America fully
Right.
and getting his full suit and everything like that.
Hmm.
So especially like I feel like they would do that figure, give us a super detailed version of him.
Right.
Next, if you're doing Falcon, you got to do the Winter Soldier. You can do his outfit, like maybe a new hairpiece, just something super detailed for Bucky, and make it really fun.
Hmm.
My next figure after that is Baron Zemo. With I was thinking I was torn. They could do a new mask mold, but I feel like they would just do printing.
Yeah, they probably just do printing, I would think.
And then I feel like even though they would do, I was going back and forth. I feel like you at like the new like U.S. agent John Walker. I feel like they would do that. They don't like missing out on Captain America, so I feel like they would do that
Hmm.
over someone. Like I was going back and forth between like Flag Smasher, like that's the girl from Solo, like a figure for her, or John Walker. And I feel like John Walker's just more like you kind of need John Walker.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like I wouldn't be like if let's just say Lego were to switch it up and do like that's for my WandaVision series. I also thought this too. Like there's characters that are interchangeable. I wouldn't be mad if they did it in an interchanged way, but I just think that this is probably the better option.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that.
for my fifth figure, I did Scarlet Witch in her. Oh, slight spoilers for WandaVision ahead. I mean, I don't know who you are if you haven't seen it yet, but just thought I would put out a spoiler warning. Scarlet Witch in her final outfit,
Hmm.
I feel like again, perfect what like she's rumored to get like well, you even saw that in like this week's episode with the like that brief glimpse.
Hmm.
Like it looks like she's getting her crown thing, and I feel like Lego would not pass up an opportunity to do that.
Oh, definitely not.
And I feel like that would be a better figure than like a black and white version of her.
Yeah.
Then I did Agatha Harkness in her suit.
Hmm.
Again, like I feel like Lego would not pass up an opportunity to give us that figure. So the seventh figure again, big kind of spoilers for WandaVision again. Um, was thinking, would Lego give us up until actually I changed this recently, but I was thinking, like, Lego's given us a really detailed version of Vision already.
Yeah.
Like, how could they make that better? And I don't think that they would give us one of his sitcom outfits without giving us something for Wanda.
Hmm.
But then this week, um, with the whole, again, spoilers, the White Vision reveal,
Right.
I feel like that would be a perfect, like, again, niche figure, CMF.
I can see
And
that.
then finally, I did Monica Rambeau's
Yeah.
suit, um, that they could do for, you know, um, that's just, I know, I just feel like, again, I actually put out a poll on my Instagram about this. People are leaning towards Quicksilver, but I'm like, Monica's a strong female figure.
Yeah.
Lego's not going to pass up the opportunity to do a cool suit for her.
Yeah.
So then, um, the next four figures are from Loki. I did, and these were a little tough because Loki hasn't come out yet.
Hmm.
So first, I did Loki in his Vote for Loki outfit.
The campaign Loki. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a niche, cool outfit. Like, and again, helmet, helmet hair mold thing.
Hmm.
Then, um, female Loki. She was seen in the trailer
Hmm.
that people thought was Black Widow. Yeah,
People really think that was Black Widow?
yes. I feel like, again, like, she's probably going to be a major character. Boom, another chance to include someone cool like that. No brainer. Then, I thought, okay, the last two were kind of tough because we don't know a lot about Loki yet.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of going off. I did Mobius. That's Owen Wilson's character,
Yep.
mainly for the sole purpose of Lego Owen Wilson.
Right. We don't have a Lego Owen Wilson
We
yet.
don't have a Lego Owen Wilson yet. I don't know why, but that would be so cool to get.
Right. Just for
That
the
would be
meme of
so
it.
cool. Like, I could make like Wedding Crasher figure spoofs. Like, I love Owen Wilson.
Right.
I could have fun with that. That's why, and you could get like a cool like suit like that. I don't know. I want that. And for my 12th and final figure, I said the main villain I know is rumored to be a couple different people. I'm not sure. I know, so I just put main villain
Okay.
as my 12th and final one because I I don't know, like, I don't like certain things, like, yes, with Falcon, and like certain things you can see where they're going, but like with a show like Loki, you don't exactly know where it's gonna go.
Right.
So you don't know, you can't, like, and I don't even think like there's been really casting for the main villain of that.
Right.
So I just said main villain.
I like that because by the time this comes out, it would be announced what the main villain would be.
Exactly.
Right.
If it's like, because again, I'm using the August release date as like a base thing,
Hmm.
because like Star Wars, we don't know when that could be, but Marvel, we have a date.
Right.
So I think that, yeah. So I think that by that time, the main villain would be known and they would include it. And that way you can kind of, I don't know, you could just give us like a very complete lineup.
I think that'd be cool.
So who'd you do for Disney Plus?
So I did again, same three shows that you did. I skewed it a little bit. I did 5 slots for WandaVision and then only 5 slots for WandaVision, 3 for Loki, and then the solid 4 for Falcon Winter Soldier. For WandaVision, I did. I like how you had the idea of doing them in their more of like their um, superhero suits. I did Wanda in her 60s, so like a black and white figure, because they haven't really done that aside from like the Steamboat Willie figures. Um, I thought kind of like a black and white Wanda would be really cool, and then Vision in his like 80s fit. And what you would get is you would get one side would be like um, normal vision, normal. Oh my gosh, what's the actor's name?
Paul
Paul
Bettany.
Bettany. And then on the other side, you would get like the Vision head, and so you could take the hair off, and then you could have him in like his normal like day to day outfit, but with like the Vision head on it.
So
Um,
I'm gonna make one like two comments on that.
sure.
I feel like if Lego were to do that, they would really give you two separate heads
Okay, I could do that. I could see that too.
because first of all, like this is like a known thing. Lego has a lot of trouble printing, like not doing double-sided faces, but like printing different colors on different heads.
Right.
Like I'm trying to like I'm trying to think of like a good example. But like okay, like this. Like with the Scooby Doo, like when
Yeah.
Scooby Doo came out, like Lego Scooby Doo, you know
Yep.
how they did like the masks, like they had the feature like where you could unmask the villains.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember I actually have those because I bought all the sets. But the printing was never the best. So even with a CMF, I feel like they would give us two faces for that.
I remember they had the same thing with I think it was Widowmaker from or Mercy from Overwatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, like they really struggled to print on like it's I don't think it's like dual printing, but they struggled to print on colors.
See, I'm gonna do a real rebuttal to this. I have the new Luke Skywalker from the March sets, the Hoth Luke, and he has the balaclava kind of head wrap on it. It's a white head, but they have flesh printed on it, and it is solid. Like it is not
Really?
translucent at all. It is like the best time that has ever been done. And so I think they could do it. I think they could pull it off with Vision, possibly.
But here's my second point.
Okay.
How when it's regular vision, how would you hide the back head printing?
Oh, you wouldn't. I think it would just kind of be back there, kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think you could like hide it. I think it just kind of be like a little I don't know, like an Easter egg almost.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then I did Agatha. I think that's a
Guarantee.
guaranteed, yeah. And I did Quicksilver. I didn't do Monica because I feel like that she's gonna be in another property and they would wait to use that figure in like a bigger property kind of a sense.
Well, I know she's rumored to be in Captain. She's like going to be in Captain Marvel too,
Sure.
but I know she's going to get like a superhero suit. So I feel like they would give us the suit, like the suit that she like this her like most recent time going into the Hex. I feel like they would give us that suit.
Sure. So I did Quicksilver. Preferably, I think it'd be funny if they gave it the with the new hair piece from Halloween. I just think that'd be really funny. It'd be kind of an excuse to get like a comic book version of Quicksilver too.
Yeah, that I went. I like again. I think I said this earlier. I went back and forth with Quicksilver and Monica, but I just saw Monica as like like the not necessarily the niche thing, but like
Right.
the Lego. Like Lego wouldn't pass that up. I feel like
No, I agree with you. And then I did Jimmy Woo just because of how much of a fan favorite he is.
he is a fan
Like
favorite.
people have been eating up his the actor. Like people were upset that he wasn't in the last episode. They're like, yeah, episode like I saw something. It's like episode was great, but where's Jimmy Woo? Question mark.
Yeah, I know that they might even make like a Jimmy Woo show
Like
just
the X
because
Files
of
kind of a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
and
that'd
I
be
would
really
watch
cool.
that.
Oh, 100%. So I put Jimmy Woo in there just because like you could give him this little like ID badge that he does a little card trick with.
I was about to say if you didn't give him that accessory, that would be criminal.
Yeah. So that's what I think that's what I had for WandaVision. Now for Falcon and Winter Soldier, again, easy Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think those are a given. Um I think that I think I had him in his like the suit that we've been seeing him in the trailers more, but I think you're right. I think like him in his cap suit is probably the more likely one. Just depends on if they reveal that or not before the show comes out.
Well, again, I was thinking with I was using like again the August release.
Yeah.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is gonna end like before like May, June
Hmm.
kind of thing. So I feel like it would be long revealed, and especially I know I know toy companies will have gotten it, so I feel like they could squeeze that in.
Okay. I had US Agent in there as well, John Walker. I think that's a given. And Zemo, preferably with a mask. Um, just because of how cool I think that that character is.
Again, I feel like that's something Lego would not pass up the opportunity to give us.
Right. I kind of struggled a little bit with Loki. I didn't know about what you told me about the female Loki, and like I like the idea of doing basically just a placeholder spot for whoever the main villain is. I only had three. I did the campaign Loki, the vote for Loki thing. I think that's a given. That's a great costume design on that character.
Like even if it's not like the final outfit,
Right.
I feel like that's kind of like I haven't like maybe you can argue saw like the Halloween costumes for WandaVision,
Sure.
but like I would say the vote for Loki's like a level up on that. Like that's something people might want even more than the final costume.
Oh yeah, 100%. I did Mobius as well because you gotta have Lego Owen Wilson, 100%. Um, uh, I think it's funny because his like he hasn't even been like identified as Mobius. Like more, I saw him talked about more as like unidentified TVA agent. I'm like, well, he's Mobius, like you know.
Yeah.
And then I did Attila the Hun because we saw him, and I think that'd be kind of cool to get.
That I could see that just being as a fun like again like Lego loves to do niche stuff in
Right,
collectible minifigures, especially licensed series. I
right.
mean, look at Harry Potter series too. We got James and Lily Potter.
Exactly. No, I think Attila the Hun would be kind of cool because also you're getting like the history fans, you're getting like a reason for them to buy the series, kind of a thing. Um, I don't know. I thought that'd be very funny. They like to do historical figures like that too. Like they put like Abraham Lincoln and stuff in like the Lego
William
movie.
Shakespeare.
Right. They love doing historical stuff like that. So I thought Attila the Hun would be a great addition.
All right, so now I guess Star Wars, Clone Wars slash Disney Plus shows.
All
You can go
right.
first for that.
So for the Clone Wars, I did mostly focusing on the end of Clone Wars because that's where we really like kind of dropped off from what sets we got. So I'll kind of run through them here and explain my choices. First we did, and I did Anakin. I think we would get him in his Zygerian traitor disguise. So that's when he has like that's I don't know. Have you ever watched the Clone Wars Falcon?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm kind of talking about? Like the
Yes.
cat people? Yeah. So he's got like the cat people helmet on. I think that'd be a solid outfit. Very similar to like the Lando Skiff outfit. That would require a new helmet mold, though. Not particularly usable in any other sense, but I still think it'd be kind of cool. I think this is very, very likely. Obi-Wan in his Mandalorian kind of armor that he got. So he's got like the Darth Maul kind of the Maldalorians as they're called. It would basically be like him with a jetpack and all that stuff, and you give him a lightsaber. Because that scene of like the bay doors opening and like Mandalore and chaos was just such like a crazy thing to see in the Clone Wars, and I just remember Obi-Wan in that outfit was very, very special. Jumpsuit Ahsoka from the most recent season of the Clone Wars. I'm glad we got her in her kind of Mandalore outfit in the AAT set that last year, but I definitely think we could get her in the jumpsuit suit as well. With her being such a popular character, it doesn't surprise me. I would do Maul in his I call his Mandalore takeover outfit. So the outfit he's wearing when he first visits Mandalore. So it's very similar to like the outfit he usually uses, but it's just a little different. Very similar to the Maul 2 that we got in the book, the Star Wars book last year about this time. Just with no necklace piece. And then what did I have? Standard Count Dooku. We haven't gotten one of those in a while. Phase 2 Rex. I think that's well over needed, and he's not rumored to be showing up in anything soon. So I feel like that's a perfect like reason for him to show up. Original Cad Bane. I still think he would use some nice dual molded boots. I think you could give him his robot assistant, Toto, and I think its name was just Toto. But I think you get Toto, kind of like you're saying with like the Santa's little helper with the Simpsons. Keep his hat because that's a perfect figure, but just really update the figure. Maybe give him like a snarl. Um, Young Boba from the Clone Wars. So put him in either his kind of like bounty hunter outfit where he has like a full helmet and like armor, or you give him in his like clone cadet. That's what I would prefer him in more personally, is his like clone cadet uniform, because that would give us like a excuse to get the clone cadet printing that you could use in a more massable sense. Again, I did with like the kind of token clone trooper, I did Waxer on his Geonosis fit. I think those are one of my favorite outfits from Star Wars, is those Geonosis ARF troopers with the kind of desert camo. And I think Waxer is one of the more popular clone troopers from 212th Legion, so I think that'd be really cool to get. Master Tiplar from one of the second to last season of the Clone Wars. I think that'd be a really cool like hair headpiece too. Kind of a important character in as terms of Star Wars goes as well. Admiral Trench. This one shout out to my friend Marcus. We know how badly you want an Admiral Trench figure. Um, Again, I think it'd be such a unique figure with all the arms and the cane and all that kind of stuff. And a tactical droid. Um, we haven't gotten one of those. We had one from 2011, but the mold's kind of shaky, and that figure is super expensive now. We could either get like a standard tactical droid or one of the super tactical droids that has a little more posability, like Admiral Kalani. I'm not too picky, but yeah, I think that's my rundown for the Clone Wars. If I could make a Clone Wars CMF.
All right, I like it.
Hmm.
So for me, I did Disney. Like I thought Disney Plus.
Hmm.
And so I included the kind of season 7 of the Clone Wars and Disney Plus stuff. So basic, like, and a few others. So my first one up is Anakin in his general outfit,
Okay.
like like I think again figure you can make super detailed, lots of printing. My second figure was Obi-Wan in his general outfit, especially like again arm printing, super detailed. You can make, and again just more like regular versions, like you don't have to, you like again just all about printing.
Hmm.
For my Ahsoka figure, this is kind of what made me do like think about including Disney Plus stuff too. Is as much as I would like her in the jumpsuit, I think we should do her. I think her showing up in her like how she looks in the Mandalorian,
Hmm.
that would be better.
Yeah,
And
100%.
I know there's no like rumors or anything with her showing up in that suit. So
Hmm.
I think a CMF would be perfect for that.
I can agree with that.
And then a super detailed mall from season 7.
Okay.
I say that because I think that again, I think if they do like it like this, they will do the Clone Wars. They feel like more people know,
Hmm.
and that would be like not saying that people don't know, but they would want to keep it modern for the kids.
Yeah.
And so I feel like just a super detailed mall. Like I know we're rumored to get one in the summer, but something super detailed, something more detailed than that. They've done it before.
Hmm.
Then I had Rex. I'm very surprised we haven't gotten him yet.
Right.
And I feel like again, CMF, perfect spot.
Hmm.
Then so I was thinking like if you're doing a Clone Wars CMF, you have to include like a clone trooper variant.
Hmm.
And then hold on, I just want to, yeah. So I thought I looked through several legions. I thought about 501st and like Ahsoka troopers, but I decided to go with the 104th troopers, like the Wolf Pack one.
Okay.
I think that's popular. You can do some really cool printing, I think, with that. We haven't gotten them in a long time. I think you
Mhm.
could do that and kind of, again, army build.
But super expensive too. Yeah.
Then um I did a dirty Mandalorian with a new Baby Yoda.
Okay.
I feel like as I'm not sure if anyone, wow, we've been talking for a while, but I've really enjoyed it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too, and we can keep talking as long as we are for episode 2. But I feel like, as actually I've told you this, the it's kind of widely known that the Baby Yoda was rushed
Right.
due to the fact that it's okay, Baby Yoda. Like we need to get this into market now.
Hmm.
Um,
They pushed it
so,
out very fast.
so I feel like they would definitely give it like an update here, kind of like how we saw in the holiday special.
Hmm.
I think that would be great. And then the Mandalorian, like you can't get much better. I feel like than his Beskar armor that we have now.
Yeah.
So why not just take that and make that muddy?
Okay. So like the when he goes to fight the Mudhorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then this is where oh my god. So I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's like it's the I have spoken guy.
Oh, Queel.
Queel. Okay, that's how you, yeah, Queel. I
Hmm.
feel like really weird we haven't gotten him yet. CMF, perfect.
Yep. 100%.
100%. Then so this is where I kind of was thinking. I did Boba Fett in before he gets his armor
Okay. So with his like the scar on his face and the black
with
robes
his
and everything.
black suit.
Yeah.
If we weren't getting Book of Boba Fett, and I feel like Lego is going to do stuff for that
Hmm.
because they pretty much do stuff with every Star Wars property. They're going to do it, and then I think that's when a proper Boba Fett could show up.
Okay. I can see that.
And it also gave me, it also allowed me to fill a spot with Cobb Vanth. Vanth.
Oh yeah. Cobb Vanth. Yeah.
People love him.
Hmm.
People thought he was really cool. You could give him the dirty Boba, not the clean version of Boba Fett's armor, and I
Right.
feel like that would be a very cool figure.
I think that's one that I've sorely lacked to put on my any of my lists is Cobb Vanth. I think we would need a figure for. Timothy
Then
Olyphant was a great actor in that. Yeah.
I said Moff Gideon because I feel
Okay.
like that's almost inevitable.
Yeah.
But besides being super detailed, new dark saber mold
Okay.
that's needed.
Yeah. 100%.
They can have Moff Gideon to go along with the Mandalorian and give him like I know his suit like it won't need that much of an upgrade, but you can give it printing upgrade, new expression, and a new dark saber mold.
I'd agree with that.
And for my final figure, I actually went back and did Admiral Trench.
Okay.
I feel like we need it.
Yep.
Cool figure. All right. So now we've done all. Now we're going to move on to kind of the fun one,
Hmm.
which is our dream CMFs. And um, yeah, I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Um, so I'll go first with my dream Marvel.
Okay.
A lot of this is more um, like some of these you'll see are from like some crossover,
Hmm.
but first I did Sam Wilson Captain America suit, but from the comics.
Okay. Kind of like that exclusive we got.
I want that. Like that's the figure I've always wanted. I'm literally Falcon fan,
Right.
and I'm pissed. It's like $300.
Yeah.
One day, when like I have a good, full-time paying job,
Right.
I might get that. But for right now, I would want to redo for that. Then I thought another Captain America, Hydra Captain America, like his Hydra suit.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just like again, just evil Captain America. That's cool to me.
I agree with that.
Then I did two Thor variants.
Oh,
Um, I did Jane Foster Thor,
okay.
mainly for that hair helmet combo.
Okay.
That would be friggin' sweet. Then I did Better Ray Bill.
Oh, I forgot to add him. Yes.
Such like a neat, even like if he shows up in Thor: Love and Thunder, put him in a set Lego. But
Right.
I feel like if he doesn't, I would love to. I just want to see that figure.
Yeah.
Um, then for my fifth spot, I did Spider-Man Venom suit. It's the figure I want to see most for Spider-Man.
Hmm.
I feel like again, hate that it's an SDC or San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Hate it. Maybe I'll get it one day if Lego doesn't decide to do something. Number 6 on my list is Electro in his comic book suit with the
Okay.
helmet.
Yeah.
Weird we haven't gotten Electro in a while. We need a comic version. Um, then I said Daredevil.
We need a Daredevil so bad.
We do.
Yeah.
That we do. Then to go along with him, Kingpin. But now I would do King. A lot of people, ever since it was introduced, have used the Haggard body for Kingpin.
Hmm.
I think that works. Maybe it doesn't have like I don't know if the Haggard body has like any sort of extra details, but just something like minus the extra details, something like that, something cool you can make to go along with Daredevil.
Right.
Then I did Baron Zemo comic book suit. Desperately need that figure.
Hmm.
Then another villain I did was Kang the Conqueror in his comic book suit.
Okay.
Again, need that figure. And then I also stole two more. From my last two are from my comic book series, but I did Scarlet Witch in her comic book suit with the crown. We desperately need that, and Hawkeye in his comic book suit with the mask.
I like that.
All right, what's your dream Marvel?
All right. So I did Human Torch. We haven't gotten any fantastic. Well, did we get Fantastic Four figures?
No,
No. I think we need Human Torch.
closest thing we've gotten is in the upcoming Spider Layer set. The
Paper bag.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I think we need Fantastic Four figures really badly. Human Torch would be in this CMF. I put Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic in the comic book one, and I think the Thing would have to be a big fig. So I just put Human Torch in this one. Punisher, uh, great character. I think they could do a really solid version of it, whether it be from the TV show or his comic book appearance. Um, I did Adrian Toombs. From I threw in some MCU inspired figures. So I guess they could kind of do it kind of how they did like the new Avenger sets where they're kind of like all their suits and stuff were inspired from the MCU, but they were kind of unique. So yeah, Adrian Toombs, kind of based on what he looks like from Homecoming, very similar to that.
you can all tell what everyone can tell what your favorite MCU movie is.
It's my tell. It's I love Homecoming so bad. Craven the Hunter would be my fourth figure. I think we got him once, right? In the bridge set.
One of the best Lego Marvel sets of all time
Yeah, we need him again badly.
with a new face.
with a new face. I said black Raimi suit inspired Spider-Man, just like how you said, like the Venom suit. Um, just I guess different from the comic book version where he's got like the lines, like the classic kind of like Spider-Man concentric lines going around. Mrs. Marvel, again with the TV show coming out, I feel like that'd be a perfect way to get it. It'd be a good way to get like more female characters into a CMF as well.
Another version of her because we've only gotten one version of her.
Right. Doctor Doom. We've only gotten one version of him as a figure back in the
Weirdly,
day.
in a Spider-Man set.
Right, exactly. I think we need a new Doctor Doom, maybe using like the new hood piece. I just think that'd be a really solid figure. Leg print, like new leg printing. Do it in like not that bright green, but like the dark green kind of a thing, like the more emerald, darker emerald green. Pepper Potts. You could either do that in her like a rescue type suit, but probably not since we've gotten so many of those usually. But I think we just need a new Pepper Potts figure. The one from like the Malibu Mansion attacks that isn't that solid of a figure in my opinion. Shuri in like her comic book and her more classic and original outfit. I think that'd be really cool to get. You could give her like the Bumblebee hairpiece again. Classic Luke Cage, a great Marvel show, and I know we got a classic figure of him in like a Spider-Man set again, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the
So
copter.
yeah, the copter with the giant, the big fig Green Goblin. So I think it'd be great to get another one of him. I said Tony Stark in just like a suit, kind of inspired by Iron Man 1. I think it's wild that we haven't gotten Tony Stark in like a nice, printed suit with like printed shoes and everything like that. I
They
think
could give him the Edith glasses.
right. They could give him the glasses, they could do a new hairpiece. I think that'd be really, really cool. And you don't have to do like Robert Downey Jr. specifically. You can do, vague Tony Stark. And then again, I had to do classic Falcon with the red suit. Um, just a figure that was like really cool. I remember I don't collect Marvel sets, but I thought the Falcon figure when they did like the original red suit Falcon was so cool. And I just think they could do a new, better version of those. Again, different from the one that we got in that minifigure pack kind of recently.
I like it.
So that's my dream Marvel. Now we're moving on to dream Star Wars.
Yep, you can go first for that.
All right. So again, to nobody's surprise, my first figure is a new version of Lando. Lando had three outfits in Solo. His first one, it was the kind of the one that we got of him in the Lego minifigure form with the yellow shirt and the black scarf. He had a big coat in for one scene, but the version I really want is him in his sportsman kind of outfit. We got him as a pop figure. So it's like that kind of lighter shirt. Really cool, solid figure from the end of Solo that I really, really just want to see as a Lego minifigure. CMF would be perfect because we're not going to get in any other format. Handmaiden Padme from the prequel trilogy, kind of in that really cool bright orange and red and yellow outfit with the hood. You could use kind of like that, the Miles Morales, like that little like small simple hood piece for that. Wat Tambor would be another figure that would require a new mold, but that's one of those like super niche figures, kind of like the Jan Dodonna that we got. That'd be super, super cool. Um, one second here. Um, the next one after Wat Tambor, Cody. You talked about that already on how badly we need that, and I think with him coming out in with him not coming in the General Grievous Starfighter, really just shows how we need him in some capacity. Incinerator Trooper from The Mandalorian, so that kind of the Stormtrooper with the red markings on him. I think he would be really cool. Brick built flamethrower backpack piece. That'd be really, really cool. Saw Gerrera, one of those characters that we never got from Rogue One, which I just think was kind of criminal how we never got Saw Gerrera because he's such like a, I don't know, he's been in so much Star Wars media and we've never gotten a version of him at all. Dryden Voss, same reason as Saw Gerrera, we've just never gotten him. And with all the Paul Bettany hype of Vision going around, I think it'd be a super easy, fun character to make. I would absolutely love that. Adding some stuff from Jedi Fallen Order. I said Cal Kestis with BD1 would be really cool to get. Jedi Fallen Order was such a highly praised game that it really surprises me how we didn't get or anything from that game. I know that was said like, oh, we didn't get him because the game was too violent or something, but I really think that we could benefit from him.
I thought they
They,
said that they didn't do it because they were worried the game would be too violent.
I think that they were. I think that is that was that from the brick set?
Yeah, there was an interview where they said they didn't do it for a certain reason.
I don't know. I think they could totally do it, and I think they could totally get away with it. And I think a CMF would be perfect, honestly, to do it there. Mando Boba. I think that would be perfect with like the. I mean, I know you said that maybe he'd be coming in the Book of Boba Fett set, but I'm not. Again, I could either do like him with the painted armor or him with the regular kind of black robes that he had at the beginning of Mandalorian season 2. I had Jocasta Nu, the librarian from the Jedi Temple. I think she'd be a really solid figure to get. Second sister, also from Jedi Fallen Order, would be really nice to pair with Cal Kestis. And then finally, Galen Erso from Rogue One. So a lot of these figures are just figures that I more think that should be made into Lego figures because they were prominent enough in the media they came out in, and it was just kind of seems weird to me that we haven't gotten them yet.
I like that. So for my dream Star Wars CMF, again, like I followed a similar path like what you did, but I have some really I included like one, two, like three, four, like 5 or 6 like very niche characters
Mm-hmm.
that like so first I did Commander Cody. We need him. He isn't rumored in anything yet. Why? I think that's weird. Same, so that's number one. Number
Mm-hmm.
two is Rex.
Okay.
Same thing. He's not rumored. We need him.
Yep.
Number three, I did again Sam Wessel. I
Same.
think we haven't gotten her. Yeah, we haven't gotten her since like 2002. We need that. Um, my fourth was Boba Fett in his Mandalorian suit. Um, I feel like we need it. You know.
Yeah. I think it's weird that we haven't gotten it so far yet.
Cobb Vanth, a figure. I don't know if they would ever do another set like that, but I feel like we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next couple I get into are a little niche, but the number, like I think I'm up to 7, Battle Damage Darth Vader.
Ooh, I like that.
We had a figure like that. I can't remember when it released, but the
2008.
2000. Wow, you knew that off the top of your head.
Yep.
The printing for that wasn't the best.
No, he
Just
doesn't
a
have any leg print.
20 like we're in 2021 now. The
Yep.
printing could be so cool for that.
Agreed.
Then I did Darth Bane.
Ooh, I could see
Again, niche Sith Lord. Don't know where he could come in next.
that. Mm-hmm.
Then I did an updated version of a Clone Wars character, Pog Creel.
Pug Krell, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like we need an updated one of him. You can make that cool, update that mold. Then I did Darth Plagueis or Palgus.
Plagueis, yeah.
Plagueis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just again, another niche Sith. I like, as you can see, I like the niche Sith lords. Okay, and the next two, I'm going to butcher their names, but like it's like Skier or something like that.
From Jedi Fallen Order?
No, from the High Republic.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
So with the High Republic thing, what's the like people are gonna roast me for this, but the lizard bounty hunter.
Oh, yeah, Skier. Yeah. Bosk, Trandoshan.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's going like I don't know. I was looking at like okay, like I was looking around for different characters, and 2 High Republic characters caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Skier, because it's like he's a cool looking lizard Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess what my next one is.
One of the bad guys from them. The
No, it's like Bur Yaga.
I'm butchering the Google as I'm looking up. I'm really bad with the High Republic right now.
It's Burryaga.
Okay, yeah, the Wookiee.
The Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be
I
really,
don't. That's really cool to me.
yeah, 100%.
That's just really really cool to me. And I don't know. I just again, it's a dream one.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
We don't have to do that. But yeah, I think that's it.
That wraps
I
it up.
That wraps up. I don't know. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Um,
I feel bad. People are probably gonna be like, "Wow, like what? How long was this?" But I mean, I don't know. If you listened all the way through, props to you. That was a lot of fun to do, though.
I hope people do listen to it all the way through. I really hope so. Let me know if you guys do because I want to I want to keep doing this as like I like the long episodes where we can just talk, and I think that's the advantage of a podcast. That's what you can do.
Right.
Um, you know what I think we should do?
What?
Include a little teaser for next week's episode.
Okay. So, I think. Well, you go ahead. I think you got one lined up. I feel like you got one lined up.
Yeah. So as many of you are aware, Lego Dimensions was prematurely canceled. Next week, we're gonna go through so there were themes lined up for year 3. Some I think only two of them have come out in Lego form since the canceled. Despicable Me and well, one of them hasn't yet, but Looney Tunes in May. There's still a bunch of other themes. So stay tuned next week to see us talk about what themes we would bring back. We would, well, not bring back, but like we would do,
Relaunch.
yeah, relaunch. What themes we would relaunch, and we'll go into discussion about that. Believe me, there are some cool themes, and I think we'll actually have a really cool conversation about it.
I agree.
I really hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Brickdown, and hopefully we can keep this going for a while.
Alrighty.
All right, peace out, everybody. Bye
Have a
bye.
good one, everybody. Thank you for listening.